everyone, and welcome. I'm Marcie Besecker, an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I am from Clovis, California. Thank you for joining me today. So it is Thursday, and the reason I'm live here today is I got my online exclusive March order. I'm going to turn my other light on because I forgot. And so I have product to show and share with you. I was able to get it overnighted, and I opened it up and I put it all together in the packaging, and that is it. I did die cut a couple things. Can't we show some of the goodies? All right. I don't know why some messages get hidden for no reason and I have to approve them. So sometimes when I look like, what? It's because I'm like, why are they, anyway. So welcome everybody. I'm super excited to share the product. I love this release. I absolutely love it. A couple things I forgot to get. That's what I get for ordering in the middle of the night. And then some things I just didn't get, and I'll go over those. We're gonna try things. If you guys have ever seen one of my unboxings, I unbox it. I put my paper already in the packaging and the dies and the stamp sets, sometimes partially, sometimes all the way. So I just tossed it in. I know a lot of people are going to watch this on a replay because they are in the virtual retreat. So thank you. When you're done with your retreat, yay, there will be a surprise. I did the retreat and I will go back and watch this part of it. So I wanted to get this part done so I can actually get out of my room tonight and go watch some TV with hubby tonight, because we got our new kitchen counter today. It's beautiful. I love it. So we had granite and it was super busy, and with the brown swirls and all that in it, and we got rid of that and now have quartz, which is white, and it has like a little, they called it honey and gray, like tiny bit of little lines in it. So it's very, very pretty. So I'm excited about it. So I want to put my order in tonight, but I will wait to see your video. I've had several people tell me that, Froggy, so we'll see. Hopefully I can help you to decide. And so we're just going to jump in and get started right away. Let's see. So let's go. I'm going to go page by page. So if you have your mini catalog, I'm going to bring mine over a little bit so I can see it. We're going to start with the sweets first. And the first sweet, I'm looking because the names are a little bit different, is Garden Poetry. So let's show you Garden Poetry. We are going to go over the positioner also. So hang tight for that. So when I say I throw it together, I took the large die off. It's 2 sheets of dies for this one. And I just threw this one in. Look how big that banner is. All right, then we have this cute little hexagon thing going on. And then we have the embossing folder. All right, so we have the embossing folder, and it has this die fits inside of the embossing folder. And it reminds me of the holly one. I don't remember the exact name, but it reminds me of that holly one that we had at Christmas time. What I will show you is this is a 4 by 5 1/4. So if you haven't seen my unboxing videos, I like to look at everything and check it all out and kind of see, everything, because I throw it together and I don't really get to look at it. Okay, so I love this embossing folder. It is beautiful. And it's perfect, regular size. It's a 3D. However, when you take this die and you put it inside your embossing folder, all right, so let's say it's going to go up here probably, and it's going to click in like usual. Just be aware that when you put your 4 by 5 1/4 paper, it's going to cut on the edges here, okay? And so you might have some edges that kind of pull up or, kind of come apart on the edges. But you're going to have another base underneath this, of course. So maybe not that big of a deal. So You know what? Let's just try it. I'll show you what it looks like. We'll just do it with the white. Let's just assume that we took our green blend and our brush, and we kind of added a little bit of color, and now we need to cut it out. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I did not run any of the embossing folders through. So yesterday I mentioned there were some things I've been wanting and we haven't had what I'm looking for, and it was embossing folders. Some pretty embossing folders. All right, so you can tell, all right, so the leaves pop up like the holly did. Okay, so kind of cool if you want that effect. But look what it does to the edges. So just so you're aware, it does pull that out. Now, that's 4 by 5 1/4. If you did it by 4 1/8, you might be able to hang on to this, because it goes just a little bit, it goes this way, just a little bit farther, it may hold that in, because you can tell where the edge stops here, you know, not out here. So, you know, you can give it a try and see. But it also, I think, just has some cool effect to it that you could cut it smaller, like right here, for like a rectangle or a square or something, and have exactly what you need. But as an embossing folder, look how cool that is. Just to emboss it would be really cool. So that's where this piece comes in on the hybrid embossing folder. And then I always keep my embossing folder behind it, because that way I know I may use it with this. But to be honest, this particular one, I'm probably going to take this out, because I will use this a lot more than I will this. And so I probably am going to keep this outside, which is why I added the name on it also. So there we go. A little bit about that embossing folder. Here's the stamp set. So we have thank you. We've got some, looks like rain, doesn't it? Like rain, or just some hash marks there. I like the flowers. They're like kind of a different style, which I really like. And then lots of leaves and different ones. Wish you a lovely day. You make the world a better place. A really nice font. Thank you. The fonts in this new catalog are amazing. I love them. So really nice. Love these. So that's the stamp set for the suite and the hybrid folder. We are going to bring in some paper. I haven't even opened this up. I opened it and tossed it in here. So let's take a look. I love the ombre look of this. I'm going to bring my camera up just a tiny bit so you guys can see a little more of everything. There we go. There. That way we can get a little more in here. All right, so here it is. Now, in the background of this, there's like some texture, like some like cotton or cloth or something texture there. I love when they do the backs like this to go with the front of the colors, because there's so many things you can do with that, even if just it's die cut or cut out flowers or whatever. How pretty. The colors, let me tell you what they are real quick. Berry Burst, Blackberry Bliss, Blueberry Bushel, Coastal Cabana, Crushed Curry, Flirty Flamingo, Night of Navy, Poppy Parade, Pumpkin Pie, and Shaded Spruce. All right, I am doing a paper share, just so you guys are aware. I'll get a flyer up and everything for sign up soon. Oh, look at this one. That is really cool how they have that. And there's that one. Same with the blues. So there we have 8 packs of paper, I believe, and 4 embellishments, I think. Something like that. So I will do a paper share, or a share, I guess I should say. Ooh, this Shaded Spruce was really pretty. I love anything watercolor looking. It's really pretty. Love this one. Look at that. I can already see this being used for another set. Can't give all my secrets away. But fun paper. Look at all that fun color. Old fun colors, and then some beautiful flowers on the front. So there's that, but that is not all. So we have more to this suite. So there we goes, our paper, our bundle, and here we have some Garden Textures foil. I do too, Marilyn. It's really pretty. Look at this foil. It's got texture. Okay. And this is Berry Burst, Blueberry Bushel, and Shaded Spruce. And I get asked a lot where I get my pouches. I used to get them on Amazon, but these are so much better, and they are Stampin' storage. Make sure when you look, and I do have an affiliate link below, but make sure when you look, I believe this one is a pouch. Here, let me look real quick. Hold on. One's a pouch, or this one's a pocket. So this one is a pocket, 12 by 12 storage pocket. I believe the pouch has a slit down the side right here. And what I found with that is the front cover starts to kind of fold over and curl. So we have a lot, I put a lot of paper in mine. Mine get definitely used. But I like the ones where all the sides are protected. So pockets. 12 by 12 storage pocket. All right, so we have Berry Burst. What is that? Blueberry Bushel? Yes, and Shaded Spruce. So goes really well with the paper. So 6 sheets of this foil, and they're all textured. Okay, so there we go. Nice, bright, fun set. And of course, foil, you gotta have foil. Any kind of foil or glimmer, shimmer, gotta have it. All right, so we have, in addition, Garden Epoxy Dots. Now, these were smaller than I thought they were gonna be. They're actually perfect though, because you don't want them too big to go inside your flowers. So you can do your little, dots inside. And these have, let me see, white. So these here have it's epoxy with a little flower image inside. And then these are just the dots. So isn't that cool? So when I do my share, embellishments will be half. So I will do like this, whoop, and you'll get half of a pack of each embellishment. And then paper, of course, will be a quarter. All right, so there we go. So there are the embellishments for that. And now ribbon. And look at this ribbon. This is, let's see. What's the number on the foil? 167125. So when I show stuff during videos and stuff, you're going to notice I started putting OE for online exclusive. And then I try to put the number. Now this, for example, is not the bundle number. Okay. So I put the stamp set and then the die number in case I need to look it up for whatever reason. But when you go there, there should be an option for you on the right side that says this is also available. And then you can click on the bundle and then that's where that will be. So if you happen to look any of those up. All right, but look at this. It's got like a shimmer in it. It is beautiful. It actually is, I want to say Berry Burst, but it kind of is, to me, dark. Not as dark as Blackberry Bliss, but I think it would definitely go with that too. It's really, really pretty. And so it's just called Shiny Ribbon. So really, really pretty. So that is the first suite. And that one is called Garden Poetry. And the number is 167127. That's for the whole suite, okay? I'm going to just, oh no, I just dropped my whole bucket in my trash can. That's not good. I'm trying to be creative. I have to say, doing unboxings is a whole lot easier cherry color. No, that's Berry Burst. That ribbon is Berry Burst. It's more of like a purpley color. Okay, the next suite I'm going to have to say is probably my, oh, no, not the next one. Okay, so the next one I love, but it's not my favorite. But I do like it. But I was going to tell you, oh, the next one's my favorite. But let me get this one out because it's adorable. I put them in the wrong order, so let me grab it. All right, so this one is called Homemade Sweetness. So here we are, Homemade Sweetness. And you have a jar. So here's the stamp set. You have a jar with a lid. And you've got like the fabric lid there. Oh, now what? My light came back in. Sorry about that. And you've got labels for it, strawberry, blueberries, some little flowers and a heart. And we're just going to have to figure out what all these things are for. So this is a tag. All right, let's see. So you've got some really cute labels. Here's your jar. Look how big that jar is if you wanted to just do a jar card. Okay. So if you just want to do a jar card, super, super cute. All right, so look how big that cloth, look at that. Okay, so let's just, okay, these are glued on really well. All right, so, and then this is going to go on top of your jar. Oh my gosh, wait until you guys see the paper. Okay, let me hurry. Okay, so we're going to have to figure out this, I believe, is going to do like you would do it at a crumb cake or something. And that, I believe, is going to be your little thread or ribbon, you know, around your, yeah. And then you add this. So it's going to be your string around your cloth there and then put your string bow on it. So cute. I think these are all more labels than a tag. This one right here, I don't know yet. It looks like it's a slit that goes in right here. Because this has like, well, this looks like it cuts right here, but it stops like every so often. But then this looks like it goes all the way through. So I'm going to have to play with it and see. But it does look like, let's see. It does look like it can go right here. Right? It looks like it would fit right there, but I'm not sure what the purpose is. But we will look into that. But this one looks like it leaves holes every other one. So maybe you want to put your ribbon through. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. We'll have to play. But really cute. I just love, even this would be really cute for just a sentiment. And this one looks kind of a little more like a masculine sentiment, which would be cool. And then you've got the, oh, this is the spoon. This is the spoon that goes in your jar. Could it be a slit for the jar for the spoon handle? Yep, I think, Lisa, I think you're right. And so I think that's where your spoon would go. So we're going to have to look and play with this. So yeah, I think it goes right here on your jar, not your die, but your jar image, and then your spoon can come out. So yeah, that's what I think too. So anyway, it looks like a lot of fun. This one is going to be great. Wait till you see the rest of it. So excited. Now it's like, what do I want to play with first? Too many. All right, look at the embossing folder. I love, love, love this. Look at that. It is little daisies and ladybugs. So let me grab a piece of paper. We're going to have to try it out, of course. I'm just going to do it on red because I have a piece right here. So we'll see what it looks like. It's funny, I got to one stamp set, and I was like, oh, I should cut a few of these things out. So I cut a few, and I wanted to go back to all of the stamp sets and see what else I might want to cut out. And I wasn't able to. I did 2, I think. And then I got called aside for the counters and all that, so I didn't get to. But look how cute this is. Isn't that adorable? You probably can't see it as nicely as you could, but so adorable. I just love it. So there's our embossing folder. That goes with this. Here is our paper. Now the paper is called Homemade Sweetness. The sweet is Homemade Sweetness. So the paper always is named the same as the sweet, okay? But look, it even has little honey bears on it, which I really love, being that now we have a beekeeper in our family. I say beekeeper, but actually they make honey in Montana and they pollinate almonds in California. So I don't know that he's a beekeeper, but I guess so. Look how cute though. With the peaches and the cherries and the blueberries, and lemon. So cute. And here's the other side. All right, look at our spoons. Do you remember when you were young, or maybe your parents or grandparents had the big wooden spoon and fork on your wall? Did you guys have that? We had that, and then we had the plates with they were white plates with black trim, and then it had a lady on it. I think there was a lady and a man, and it had red, like she had a red hat and a red dress, and like little black buttons and different things like that. These spoons just remind me of what was on my wall when I was young. Oh, and look at these hearts. Perfect paper for Valentine's Day. You did? Yeah, we did too. I remember those big old forks and spoons. So there's our hearts. Look at this. Matches our embossing folder. How adorable is that? Of course, this would be the perfect print for the top of the jar, right? But then, of course, then you have to do this. So you're just going to have to buy more paper because I can't give this up. So cute. And then look at this. Really cute. Yes, wall decorations. Yep, Marcia, you're right. So, oh, and then we've got little red and white checkered. This is really messing with my eyes. This one and the hearts did. It's like, whoo. This looks like behind it is like denim. So when you put this on your top of your jar, it's going to look like cloth, like material. Oh, how cute. Now you could even cut these out and like stack them up like they're on a counter or something. Isn't that adorable? No, my grandma had a cat clock. Oh, my grandma had a cat clock too. It was those big old white eyes and then the tail that went back and forth. Yep, we had that too. My grandma did. Then we've got some paper, which is like writing a recipe. Really cute. Ooh, I want to look at that stamp set again. Let's see. Is there anything? We didn't look at the words. You're the sweetest. Love you very much. Homemade for you and thank you. So cute. I was kind of hoping there would be like a little recipe title or something. So we could always turn this into like a recipe book or something. Super cute. Oh, look at that. Very cute. And this looks like the red at the beginning, but it's blue. I say red, I think it's strawberry slush. There's the blue. All right, so that's the paper. Super cute. The good old days. Yep. So funny that you think of these things and you're like, these are all things your kids just won't know or remember. My kids won't remember either of those. I don't even think they were around then. Or I meant the clock, the spoon and the clock and all that. All right, so what goes with this suite? We've got these cute little strawberries and dots. Let's take these out. How cute. So we've got the strawberry, the blue, and the little strawberries. Super cute. And of course with the embellishment with the paper share, it'll just go like this and then go like that. So you'll get, actually it'll go like this. So you'll get half of a pack. All right, so there's that. And one last thing, which I think is so cute. Why would you die cut out your little ribbon when you've got this? Look at this blue checkered ribbon. Isn't that precious? It's a really nice ribbon. It's just called Checkered Trim. And it's Misty Moonlight. And it looks like, let me look. Both sides look just as good, but I think it's reversible. Both sides look great, which makes a great ribbon. So really, really cute. So that is this one. The striped paper could be used to label the jars. Oh yeah, you're right. That would be perfect. Let's look at the dies again. Oh yeah, this would be really cute on it. You can even do it on your little sentiment piece. It looks like all of the circles do not cut out, so they just kind of emboss around the little stitching. I was looking to see if the circles come out or not, but they don't. Which I prefer, because if you want to stamp on the inside of that, that's nice. You don't have to stamp it twice to get your white inside or whatever. All right, so there is that suite. And again, that suite is Homemade Sweetness. Super, super cute. All right, and the last suite, because there's 3 suites in this. So what you'll notice is your online exclusives that come out not during a catalog launch are going to be a little bit bigger, but this seems to be the history right now. And then the months that there are not, I mean, the catalog is coming out, like the mini catalog, it's going to be a little smaller because you've got that catalog. And so this in March, we don't have a catalog launching, so we've got a pretty good size online exclusive. All right, so this next one is my favorite suite, I have to say. And I say that now, but I like the other ones just fine. And this one is called Delicate Dreams. And I think it's beautiful. So here it is. Hello, friend. Wishing you happiness and love. Thank you kindly. Hope you feel better, your best soon. Hope you feel your best soon. And it's got some really fun flowers. And this is a great little background stamp or in the corner kind of thing. Just some really nice, easy coloring stuff. All right, and then our dies. So these dies here will cut the images, and then these are all freestanding images. So let's take a look. Look how many dies. So you can make these, it looks like they could be little berries if you want them. You've got little wispy greens right here and right here. And one right here. Look at these. You know, those little curly ones that kind of come in flowers. All kinds of really fun items. You've got little flowers here. And then you've got the die cut out ones here to go with this little one right here. So super, super fun dies. Put them back. All right, so that is the stamp set. I'll show you how big the flower is. So that's it right there. Really, a really pretty set. I like it a lot. But the paper, oh my goodness. Look at this paper. Delicate Dreams. Delicate Wishes is the name of the stamp set, the bundle. Okay, this has copper in it. Okay, so this is going to be one of those a little more expensive. Your colors are Crumb Cake, Gray Granite, Hydrangea Hue, which is a new color, Mossy Meadow, Secret Sea, and Bronze. Oh, I said copper, but it's bronze. So Hydrangea Hue. So if you're going to On Stage, you might have heard about the bags that we're going to be getting. And it is in the Hydrangea Hue color. But let's look at this. So I'm betting Hydrangea Hue is an in color coming. But look how pretty that is. The inside of the flowers and the leaves on the outside. All right. And look at, love this. All right. So again, let me look at this color again real quick. Crumb Cake, Gray Granite. Okay, so Secret Sea is in here, but Hydrangea Hue is this color here. All right, so hydrangea, it could be a blue, but it could also be a purple, but this is more on the blue. But look how beautiful that blue is. And that is going to be a new color. Okay, so there's that one. And we have this, all in bronze. There's our Gray Granite. Look at this one. Oh, hold on. You guys have to remind me. We got to check our dies. A good thing I have 2 sets. Oh, yes. Now, I'm looking at this because I always think I need to bring out my scan and cut. And although the bronze does outline these, they don't on these, and I don't want to lose those. They do on this, they don't on this, and these are so little. But these dies are perfect. So there's that one. Let's see. What other one do I have that might... Well, I was kind of thinking of these, but it doesn't look like it. Those are the freestanding ones that we can use. But that fits on that one. So let's just set this aside and keep going. See if there's another paper. Let's back up. Okay, I don't see anything on here. Just want to make sure we didn't miss anything. Oh, look at this. Now look at that for a back side of a paper, for the B side. I love it. But of course I've got to, we got to order more paper so we can use that side also. Ooh, here's our Secret Sea with the bronze. Really pretty. Okay, we're going to have to get more paper. This paper is going to sell out. I guarantee it. So make sure you grab it after me. Okay. Look how pretty. Really pretty. I can just see this on a wedding card. It's soft, but you've got your bronze on there. It's so pretty. Thank you guys for liking the video. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, I'd love it if you do. I'm so close to 10,000. I really, really want to get there. If I can get there by my 6-year anniversary next month, I'm going to be doing some giveaways. What's the number on this paper? Oh, it's right here. 167498. This whole suite is beautiful. All right, so there's that one. Oh my gosh. Look at that. I want a phone case cover. I'm going to have to go get a clear one so I can make one with this paper. Isn't this not beautiful? These are my colors. So pretty. And then, of course, to make your leaves out of this, why wouldn't you? It's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this, hold on. Yeah, this is my favorite piece. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, and we're not even done yet. This is a suite, so yes, there is more. All right, so we know that those one flowers will cut out with that, so maybe that's something I'll be working on this weekend. Remember that some of these items, some of them are going to be in bingo, so I'm just going to have to play with it all and see which ones I want to put in bingo, because it's all adorable. All right, come on. All right, so there we go. There's that. Here's our embellishments. Natural matte dots. So we have all of the colors in this suite. Very, very nice. And our ribbon is the gray granite. So it's called gray granite variegated trim. So it's gray granite, but it has like a lighter thread on the outside. It's really pretty. Margie, that is the way it goes. Lizette, you missed a little bit. You're going to have to rewatch. So very, very pretty ribbon. I love that it's so like natural looking. Let's see if you could see it better up here. Don't look at my nails. They need to be done. Isn't that pretty? So that is that suite, which is called Delicate Frames. The number for the whole suite is 167512. Okay. All right, so we did our first 3 suites. The 4th suite, it is soccer oriented. It's called a Wonderful Match suite. I almost got it, but I didn't. My grandson is now in football, which is the same time as soccer, so he doesn't do soccer anymore. So I decided not to get it, but I did get the stars from that suite because I have an idea that these might work with something else. So, and these are foam stars. So they're just little foam stars, and you get 2 full sheets here. So these do come with that set. If you like soccer or know somebody or have kids or grandkids in soccer, it's a great set. Let's see. It doesn't say the colors, but it is probably granny apple green, shaded spruce maybe, and a lot of black and white, and lemon lime twist, I would guess. You can't see the colors, but that's what I'm guessing what it is because it doesn't say. But I think it's a great set. I'm going to show you another item here really. Oops, look, I took my puffy stars out of my little thing here. I'm going to do another embossing folder really quick so you can see what it looks like. So let me grab a piece of paper. I don't know which one's my favorite between this one and the ladybugs, but I will be using both, I guarantee it. This one I don't think goes with the suite. It's a standalone embossing folder, but it will be used a whole lot in my... Oh, you guys, I missed one thing. Hold on, let me back up before I show you this. there is another paper with that set. The Delicate Designs. How could I miss this? This goes with that. And this one says it is Crumb Cake and Bronze. So we have these, same set as the last one. Okay, 2 sheets. Do I have a print off of the soccer set? No, and I can't show you the catalog. Well, I have it printed, but I can't show it. If I find that somebody has shown the soccer set, I'll see if I can get a snippet, and I'll put it on my Facebook page so you guys can see it on my business page. But I did not get it, but I really like it. One of the sheets of paper is all like a soccer ball. It's all black and white. It's really nice. Is this a foil paper? It is. It's all a foil. So it's a specialty paper. And then look at this one with the plaid with the little squares. So you get 2 sheets of each. Okay, so this one, and then this one. So this is also, let me back up, also part of the suite. Okay, so that is all included in the suite. All right, there we go. Sorry, I missed that one. So I'm going to show you the embossing folder, and then I've got a couple of papers that are just standalone papers so that I can move that bucket off my desk and move the other one up. All right, so we're going to move these over here. All right, so there's that last paper. Now, the embossing folder that I just did is called Lazy Daisy. Here's a Lazy Daisy, and I was just saying I wanted a nice flower. Let's see. Look how cute that is. Lazy Daisy. Okay. Thanks, Leslie. But look how cute. And it's a 3D, so you get a lot of texture on it. So it's a nice flower, definitely a nice springy flower embossing folder. All right, we have 2 more papers. This one is called the Lunar Lustra. Lunar Lustra. And it's a silver. I was trying to read it in French, and I was like, what does that say? What does that say? All right, so here we go. It is like a silver, but I have to say, okay, so earlier today, earlier today, I was like, oh, it's silver. And it's on both sides, okay? Looks the same on both sides. However, when I don't know if you guys can see it, when I move it a certain way, it's got like blues and purples. I did not notice that earlier. Now I know why lunar. It's kind of a, can you guys see the difference? Yeah, definitely nice. It's definitely has a bluishy purple to it. So I don't know if you guys can see it, but it is super cool. Hi, Gloria. We just did the first 3 suites and 1 embossing folder. So you are good. Just when you go back, you just have a little bit to watch. So this is cool. You get 4 sheets. Yep, 4 sheets, and it's double-sided. It's the same on both sides, which is kind of cool. So there is, let me move these. I got to move these down a little bit so I can reach and put things behind me without thinking it's going to go flying off the shelf here. All right, the last paper is called Wood Grain Wonder. And you might think, oh, well, we already have wood grain. And we've had it, but this is different. This is definitely wood grain. All right, so we have this darker. wood. Let's see if you can see the wood grain in there. And then we have the lighter. Okay. Is it both sides? Lisa, the lunar one, it is kind of hologramish. The lunar one is, yes, it's both sides. It looks the same. So there's not a different color on the other side. It looks the same to me. I'd use it in the gears bundle. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I said in a tools set would be kind of cool too. All right, so 2 of those. Oh wait, 3 of those. So it looks like we have 3 of each. This one's like a blonde wood. I don't know if you guys can see the wood texture on it very well. Can you guys see that? It's kind of hard to see, but so we have the darker one here. So let's see, this one was darker. So this looks, this one is a little darker than this one. And I'll read the colors in a minute. So you get 3 of those. And then this one is darker than this, lighter than that. Oh, and it's even lighter on the other side, which is still, well, that looks really close to the same. This one is a little lighter. Like this one looks more vanilla. This one looks more beige or something. I don't know. They look really close to the same though. All right, and then we have this one. Oh, there's another one. Then we have 2 of those, 3 of those. And then we have this one. Okay, let's back up. Okay, so it looks like they're doing 2 of one side. So you're really getting 6 of these. Same as these, because these look too close together to say they're different. This one looks lighter than this one, but then if you look over, okay, so this was like putting my counter together today. When they put it together, one of them looked a little off, but it was just because right here there was less pattern, and up here there was more pattern. So when you looked at it right here, you're like, oh, this one's lighter than this one, but it really wasn't. It was playing tricks on us today. So some of these have, I would say there's 6 pieces of paper, but then there's 4. Let's look at these other 2 dark ones. See what we got. Okay, so those look the same. So that's 6 of the same. So yeah, they're trying to trick us with there being, okay, and then there's this one. And that one. Oh, wow. Okay, so this goes like that. So those match and these match. Okay, but then when you turn them over, oh, look at this. These match and these match. So if you need a lot of paper, okay, there's 6 of these. When you turn them over, there's 6 of these, and then there's 6 of these. Yeah, 4 sides, 3 each. However, there's 6. Because there's 4 sides. Okay, so here's 6 sides. These all match. Okay, and then these match, and there's 6 of these. All right, but when you turn these over, and then when you turn these over, there's 6 again and 6 again. That is clever, because that gave us extra paper if we need 6 of those color, 6 sheets. For those of us that do a lot of mass production, this is very, very clever. All right, anyway, so that snuck in. So very clever on the wood grain wonder. Very, very clever. Okay, so there's that one. And now we're going to move on to bundles. And I'm going to go through the catalog as I go. And I'm just going to go down the page because this is when this catalog starts doing bundles, but then it turns into individuals and dies and stamps, and it gets kind of crazy. So it's not going to be any crazy order. And then it shows ones that are duplicates that were already in a suite. So I have to make sure which ones I have here. So the first one I'm going to look at is called Capturing Smiles. I just have to find it in my little folder here. I mean, in my bucket. Capturing Smiles. So guess what that one's about? Cameras. So we have Everyday Life's Love This Smile Moments photo op, looking good, captured. So obviously it's adorable for scrapbooking. All right, so let me take that out. And that's how big it is. You've got these little scenes right here that you can put in on your picture. So they've got scenes right here, which are really cute. But I think this would go and fit perfectly on the front of a camera. It would be super cute. You put your lens on here. You put your shutter on top of that. I mean, it's cute. And then let's look at our dies. So you have a camera and you have, here's a tag. Here's your little lens thing. And then your small camera that cuts out here. You've got some film, which also I think you could cut this out and put it on a picture, but look. You can put them in your, well, these aren't lined up right, but let's say we're just doing two right here. You can line them up and put pictures on your film. How cute is that? Like you're going on a vacation or something, and you can even add your own little pictures. Just take them far so they can be small, and then they can go on your film, and that would be really cute. So, or if you just need little squares. Those cut out the centers, so they'll be little squares. All right, so that is super cute. Okay, so normally I take these paper things and I don't take the whole plate out, which takes a little while. So there's another bundle. The next one, oh, I am excited. It's called Rolling Waves, and I'm really excited to play with this one. This is another one that I am anxious to play with. Uh-oh, I just pulled an extra out. Rolling Waves. So this one looks like a lot of fun. So here's where your water and your sand. Bon voyage. You're in my thoughts. Thank you. Hope your day is perfect and happy birthday. And you've got shells and you've got water and sand. But look at these dies. Look at that. So you've got your, I probably have this upside down. You have your shoreline and your water and your bubbles. And so you could do, like I like to do, is the sand and the water and the bubbles. So you could do like this one in white and this one in blue and this one maybe in brown, you know, whatever. Here's your line. You've got the tops of the umbrellas that you could put like they're on the beach. These are for your seashells. Here's larger seashells that give you embossing on them. Has a lot of interest on them there. You've got a large palm, and then you've got some starfish. So a cute set. I like it because it's long, so you can use it for a horizontal card, or you could do it for a vertical card and just, you know, cut it down some. So, and of course, scrapbooking would be a great scene to do that. So, and here's what those look like. The dies here. So, really cool for that. And that one is Rolling Waves. Yeah, I think it would all layer up. So, like I said, it would be the ground, the water, you know, the sand, the water, the bubbles, and then, you know, it depends on if you're coming in or going out, how you want to do your bubbles. All right, so there's that one. Turning the page. Oh, the cutest crew. This one I'm anxious to play with this one too. It's really, really cute. So you've got little puppy. Oh, here, let me take this out. It's easier to see. You've got little puppies and birds and kitties. Have the best day. So glad we're friends. Just a little hello, which is so cute. I could just see the little bird, one of the little birds sitting up there. You've got some butterflies, flowers, some little footprints there for your birds and your animal. A little happy birthday there. Super cute. And look, it's one stamp for each of those. Okay. The just a hello is a good size, which I like. All right, so there's that one. And then the dies, how cute these are. So the dies, you have individual. Now these ones are individual that you would emboss and die cut. These each die cut. Okay, and then you have the bird. This is the little bird I was telling you about that would, one of them would sit up on top of the words. You've got your little butterflies here, your little flowers, but then you have your footprints, and then you just have like marks. And these are the ones that cut out the dies. I mean the stamps. So this one, and this one are these three. But these are just stamps because you have your own flowers and butterflies here, and then your birds. You have 3 birds, 1, 2, 3 dogs, and 3 cats. Okay, look how cute those are. So you could probably use the wood grain paper to even cut these out to give them a little texture. Let's see, little paw prints on the sand. Oh, that would be cute. I think there was one of him rolling around, a little dog. Let's see. Oh no, but like he's playing, like he's running. So it'd be really cute. A cute set, I think, would be fun to play with. All right, the next one. Sadly, I forgot it. It's called Help Me Grow. It's on its way. But it's got like pots and some plants. It's got like a hoe and a fork and shears and all the tools that you need, a little shovel. And it's got handles on there that are separate. And so you could, there's a little wood grain stamp that you could do. And so there's, you know, it's a whole gardening kind of thing. And it's really cute set. The die even has like some wood. Let me look at this closer. Not wood, some dirt. And it looks like, and I can't see it because it's very small. It looks like there's even like a die of, would cut out a little, like a oval of wood to sit in top of the pots. So it looks like it's the pots. Let's see. Do you think you will use any of these exclusives? Oh, absolutely, Leslie, I will. I'm not sure which ones yet. I have to kind of go see which ones are bingo friendly, that are more dies than stamping. And then I'll decide, yeah. I didn't order this one, but I'll have to add it to my next order. Oh, yeah, Stacy. Okay, so anyway, that one is the gardening one. The next one, I am so happy to see. My son was in the military, and they haven't done a military one in a very long time. This one is called Service Essentials, which I think is nice because it's very general, that you could use it for a police officer, or, you know, it doesn't have to be military. It could be another, you know, type of service. So I really like the stamp set. It has the chain for the dog chain, dog tags. And it has, you know, the stars, some of the stripes that, you know, you might have to only put 2 or only 1 or whatever works, you know, for who you're making it. I like the cross for like nurses and doctors, that kind of thing. And then, of course, the heart. Thank you for your service. You make a difference. We've got our stars, the different kinds of stars. This is a 5-point. and this is 7, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 7 stars, point stars. And welcome home, which is always great, to a real hero. So, and even you make a difference is great for lots of different things. So, and then to a real hero could be a multitude of things, a teacher. So there's lots of really nice things. And then you have the dog tag. You've got some different size patches. Again, you've got your stars, and then you've got your, I'm saying wings, what these are. And then, you can make more stars. And so this is, a really cool set, I think, that we've been missing for some time. So I was happy to see that. All right, let me turn the page. The next one was part of the virtual retreat. Now, there is a virtual stamp set for the retreat that is not available. It was just for the retreat, but this was part of what we got in the virtual retreat as part of the kit. Forever Floral. So again, some really nice sentiments and some flowers. And then we got these dies, which you have this large base die, and then you've got this middle one, which is different, which is just the flowers. So you've got those two. And then look at these shapes I really liked. So you've got these two that go inside of each other. This one's a little more of a rectangle. These are a little more square type sizes. And then you've got these extra cluster of flowers. These all die cut these images here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. 1, 2. Oh, we get 2 of these. So that's it. And that's just your veins inside your leaves. And then we get 2 of these. And then one of these, one of these. Yeah, there you go. So another great die set for that. All right, so Laura Ann, make sure that you click on the little bell if you've already subscribed for the notification. But my understanding is you have to be in, you have your YouTube on for it to pop up. Otherwise, it should go to your email. But your YouTube has to be up for it to get the notification, from what I understand. Okay, so the next one is called Scalloped Wishes. This one, I did a little bit of die cutting to show you, and barely enough to just kind of try something. So let's take a look at this. So, of course, I love it because there's a little dragonfly, and that's what my team is. But I love that these you can stamp. So this is how big they are. Okay, so this is really nice. It could be the main focus on your stamp. It's really, really pretty. I'm here for you if you need me. I love this. Take care. Hello. So very happy for you. With sincere thanks for you, and happy graduation. So it's a little variety of a lot of stuff there. Then this is where it gets really interesting. So, of course, this die cuts this out. And then you've got little leaves here and here and here, different size leaves. You've got 2 little flowers here, which give you impressions. Then you've got your dragonfly that cuts out that dragonfly. And then you have 2 dragonfly bodies. And then you, bye Donna. And then you have your dragonfly wings right here. Okay, so these would go on your dragonfly, what about that lunar paper, right? That's got that little kind of color of a purple and silver, and I think that would look really pretty. Purple and blue, silverish-y. So that's what I'm going to use it for, I think. And then these right here, I thought were super interesting. So I had to die cut them out so I can show you what they look like. All right, so when I cut out this largest one, this is what I got. Okay, Then I cut the next one, which is this one, and I got this. So this is in the inside, and then I got this. So look at this frame. How pretty is that? And then this was the inside, okay? And then I cut the next one out with this one. So this one has more of you know, loopy holes on the outside. This one is just more simple, has the one. All right, so there's that one. And then, oh, and my circle, my oval here. And then we still have our ovals right here. So if you wanted to, you could do these and, you know, do them again in a different color. Like if you did them in white, you would have your white ovals and then you would have your white frames, but you can always use your blends and color them to kind of coordinate with whatever you're doing. All right. Or think about this. If you want to use this with a die, find a paper that maybe has a nice print or whatever on the side that you want. And then on the reverse side, maybe it's a lot lighter that just has like a color wash on it or something. And it would be good for a sentiment or something. But there you go. So that's what these are here. So really pretty. So again, that is the Scalloped Wishes. All right. The next one is another one I cut out called Springtime Scenes. So Springtime Scenes, here's the stamp set. You brighten my day. Sweet springtime, sending lots of sunshine. We'll get through this together, celebrate new things. And they look like they're just kind of drawings of some leaves. Okay. And so, but really cute. And you've got a flower. So still this leaf, look how big it is. Let's see. The leaf is pretty true to size. It's a tiny bit bigger on the stamp. Okay, so there's what that is. And then look at these dies. All right, so we have a tag, or a label, I should say, a leaf, which is like a big leaf we had before that I loved, and I love that it's a little bit of a smaller one. We have a ladybug, some flowers, an outline flower, so that's going to cut this. The large leaf, the smaller leaf, which is right here. This layers up. And then this, I believe, layers up. Let's see. This one and this one. Okay, let's run these through. I'm going to see what these look like. Let me grab two different greens. I'm just going to grab whatever greens I have here, and we're just going to go for it and see what it looks like. If I can find another green. Because that green would look terrible. All right, so let's just go. Okay, these are not going to look pretty together, but we're going to do them anyway. All right, so let's do the back one in Old Olive, and we'll do the top one in Shaded Spruce, and let's see what we get. All right, so I want to do the detailed one in the darker color, just because I think it's going to lay on top of the other one. At least it looks like that. All right. All right, so here's our leaf. All right, let's put this back in here. Let's find my pokey tool. Oh, look at that. Okay, so let's just pretend that these leaves go well together. And we're just going to layer them right up on top of each other. Look how pretty that is. So there you go. And you can, if you wanted to, just do them separate, because this one has a stamp, I believe. Oh, no, it doesn't. That looks different than this. So anyway, that's going to be, these can be separate or they can line up on top of each other. All right, so there's your leaf. Let me clean my die here. And then your leaf, let's see, your small leaf does the same thing. So this one right here has the background and then the foreground there that has the different print. And then we have the ladybug. So I did the bug in the black and then the top in the red. And there's your little ladybug. How cute is that? Oh, two-tone cardstock. That is perfect. You are exactly right. That would be great. All right, so here's our ladybug. So cute. Now, we've got these circles. So the circles, I'll move these out of the way. The first one I did is the white one. So, which is this one, just the circle itself. And again, you're going to get the circle and you're going to get the outside part, okay? So that's what you're going to get. Kind of like that oval that we have, that big oval is going to be like this. All right, so now what we're going to do is let's bring in this one. So I die cut this one with Old Olive. We're going to layer it up with the white underneath, and it pretty much fits right inside. Okay, so you're going to have to, like, when you put it together, just get it to go right where you want it, right inside the white, okay? And then you can always take the white and put it around if you wanted to, and just have that green on there, or put a different color in the back and a different color, like you could use a gold or something on the top if you wanted. The other one I did is this one, which I absolutely love, and I just grabbed whatever paper I had near me. Glue this one, and it will fit right inside that circle, okay? So just kind of squish it in there. And then you could take this, and you could add that on top to give you that look. And of course, we got to get our little ladybug back in here. She's crawling around. All right. So anyway, there are those three dies that I cut out to show you. So this, I think, is super fun and cute with the flowers. Love the ladybug and the layering leaves that we have. And then this here is just super cool. So this one goes in here. All right, so another fun set. Yeah, I love the ladybug too. Got something on my eye. One sec. All right, so that one was springtime scenes. Now I'm going to the next page. Ooh, this one's great for Father's Day. It's called Barbecue Master. So our Barbecue Master, we have a grill, hot dogs, barbecue sauce, a mitt, a kebab, shish kebab there. Look how, that's how big your barbecue is right there. Grilling and chilling. Happy birthday to the Grill Master. You're flipping awesome. Of course, we've got our little spatula there. And a happy Father's Day, which is really in a fun font. And then, of course, we have the fire that we could put on our grill. Or I think across the bottom of the page or something would be really cute too. And then for our dies, there they are. So we have all the hamburger and the cheese, the bun, the lettuce, or that's the hamburger, the lettuce, and the bottom bun. And then we have our pieces here that all die cut. We've got shrimp on the Barbie, a sausage that looks like a mushroom, onion, peppers, I would guess, or pickles if you want, but you grill peppers, onions, and mushrooms. And then a lemon. You know, that could be a watermelon, a lemon or a watermelon. I think a watermelon for like a barbecue. And then a mitt. And then I'm guessing this is the handle to here. So you can put your little hash marks on there. So if you stamp this in black, you could take this and maybe, you know, stamp it in red and then glue it on top to give it a little color. So really cute. And look, you even have, like, these are all dies for your hamburger. Oh, what is this? I just named everything, I thought. Oh, that's your cheese. Okay, so remember, look, if you look right here, there's your cheese. Oh, a tomato. Yes, that's even better. So it can kind of be sticking out of your burger. Love it. So cute. So, so cute. Tongs, barbecue sauce, your fire. Yep. Oh, and then you've got, let's see. Oh, so you have a big skewer that you can put your shrimp, your mushroom, and your shrimp, your mushroom. What am I missing? Shrimp. Oh, you and your peppers. You can, or those, or it could be little sausages and put them on your skewer. How cute is that? So there you go. There is a great Father's Day set, which would be a lot of fun. So there is that one. Your list is getting bigger, Marcia. I totally understand. Every time I tell myself, okay, I'm not going to buy it all because I don't need it all. And then, of course, you want it all. So you just have to. Okay, there's another set that goes with our jar, the Filled with Sweetness, with the canning, jelly jar type stuff. It's called Made with Sweetness. And I think it kind of ties together. So let me show you that one. So here's the stamp set. You've got a ladybug and flowers, which kind of ties in. You've got the blueberries, the tops to your strawberries. And then you've got some large words. These are large. So for a picnic in the garden, so berry for baking as you can be and together. So you can kind of mix and match, like, sweet as can be, cute as can be, lovely day for baking. And this is how the words are pretty big, some of them. And so lovely day. And so this is great for scrapbooking, but also I think it would be great for cards. And then look at this. So here are the dies. Now I was thinking that these were going to be small to kind of coordinate with that, but look how big they are. But what is really cute is for a recipe box or recipe cards, you've got, this is like a standard, recipe card divider. And then this one here is also a smaller, maybe you have a smaller size. So they give you two different sizes to work with. And then you have your this looks like cantaloupe. And then this one looks like a citrus of some kind. We've got berries. This looks like an orange, a strawberry, a peach. And then these look like little bees and ladybugs. And then a stem and a leaf. So really, really cute. Okay. And yeah, this could also be a tomato. This is just a lot of fruit with this one. And I think this goes with the jar thing, but I think you could make that into a tomato. So anyway, super cute. I was trying to think without this part, if you did this part with your stem, what could it be? I guess it could be an eggplant, and that you can make that into a plum or a cherry. There's a stem with a leaf, and that you can make it a cherry, but it looks like it could be a peach too, with like a shorter little stem or no stem and just, the peach. So there's all kinds that you can make some fruit and be really cute to make recipe cards or whatever. So beautiful, probably my favorite so far. Which one, Lisa? The fruit one? Or which one is your favorite one? Maybe you're behind watching, I don't know. All right, sorry, I had to take a little drink. Let's see. Next page. Okay, the next page shows some stamp sets that go with sweets. So let me move forward here and find one that doesn't go with sweets that I haven't shown yet. That's where the daisies were at. Okay, so we have Flowers Fair. So these sets are not bundles. Flowers Fair is one large stamp set. I ordered the Made with Sweetness. Oh yeah, I think it's a great one to have. Oh, the barbecue. Okay, Nancy, thanks. But look how pretty these are. These are going to be great to color because they're so easy. You could just see it's got the little green part here, the colored flower that you want. You've got these different little flowers and leaves. I mean, this is just beautiful. I love it. It's not as super crazy busy as some, background stamps are. So I think this one is really pretty. And what about that big banner we saw that you could just put across right here that says something? So love how you provide item numbers for ordering. Oh, if you want to know a number, let me know. But I try to put them on here for you to see. And in most of my videos, I can list the product below, but this isn't available to show the numbers online. So that's why it's not there, because it's not available for me to put links yet. But once I go forward, I will. So anyway, Flowers Fair, another great one. The next one is called A Rainbow of Thanks. Oh, wait, sorry. Framed All Around. Let's go in order here. Framed All Around. So these don't have dies. This one, may all the love and support that surrounds you help heal your heart. Sending wishes for the happiest birthday. Our friendship is one of the happiest things I can think of. And thinking of you. And it's called Framed All Around because we've got the lines for framing. Okay. And then this one is just, the font is just so pretty. And then you've got some leaves and little leaves and flowers, and then a larger flower and leaves there that just would be just so pretty with this, because you can go up and then add a flower, and then you can turn this, you know what I mean, and just turn it, and then you can put like a flower down both sides if you wanted, or just maybe do your frame here and then add your other frame, right here, and maybe add the little flower, and then come back over here and then maybe add the larger part of the flower. You don't have to ink it all the way. You can go to, partially if you want, and then come back. And then again, you don't have to ink it all the way. You can ink it to finish up, your border around your card. So it'd be really cute. Nancy, that is my job. Need to enable everybody. Now you just need to all shop from me, and that would be amazing. Okay, let me see. What is my next one? Okay, these are all on there already. Well, I could just grab from my bucket. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. So, turning pages. Okay. Moon and Back. So here is Moon and Back. Look how cute this is. Now, there was a race car one. My little boys are a little too young for race cars, and I think I may end up getting it for the older boys, although they're not into race cars. They're mostly hunters and fishers, and one of them's like a YouTube, he loves to watch videos and stuff, and he's not into the hunting like the other one, or like his dad. So I may end up getting the race cars, maybe. But I kind of like this one. Happy birthday, you're out of this world. Look at the moon, how cute that is. You've got a little astronaut. Love you to the moon and back. And then you've got the stars, the moon, Saturn, a little heart, 3, 2, 1, blast off with the little rocket. Look how cute that is. That whole set is absolutely adorable. And it looks like this, let's see, first of all, if this is the correct size. Yep. So love you to the moon and back happens to fit right inside that moon. How cute is that? And then you could just have the little astronaut out there with the 3, 2, 1 blast off with the little rocket, or, you know, whatever. It's so, so cute. Or you're out of this world also fits in there perfectly. So such a cute set. No dies or anything, but I don't think you need it. I think you layer it up, add, you know, some of this, oh, look, you could add some of this Secret Sea ribbon on there. Maybe add some of that lunar paper. It'd be really, really cute. There's all kinds of things we could do with that. All right. Let's see the moon. Okay, make a wish. It has a little wishing well. It's adorable, and it is on the same order as my garden one because, you know, I forgot it. Dream Team. I think Dream Team is really nice, even for coworkers. Okay, so you have good luck finding coworkers better than us. So maybe somebody's leaving. Hey, thanks from all of us. I appreciate you. Welcome to the team. If you're a demonstrator, a good one. You're the boss. Then we have coffee and a clip, that, which I was going to look and see if our sentiments, hey, thanks, fits in there. I appreciate you does not. None of the other ones. Welcome to the team. No, the only one is hey, thanks. Does fit on the laptop. So that's the only one. But I love that it has a plant, and that you could take some of any of our wood paper, make a desk, add your laptop and a plant, and I put the plant kind of behind there. Really, really cute. I think it's a cute set, so it'd be very useful. So there's that one. All right, we have, okay, there's the race car one that I forgot that I didn't get. I'm feeling like I have one that I might have skipped. Oh, here, this one, we skipped this one. A Rainbow of Thanks. So it's paintbrushes with paint swatches. A Rainbow of Thanks just for you. And then you've got paint. So this is going to go on here. So you stamp it onto your roller. And then you've got this one to go on your paintbrush, this to go on your paintbrush. You've got some splatters, a circle. So this could be like, you know, put that right inside your circle. Your paint can be coming down with your paintbrushes. So a cute set that you could add lots of color to whatever. It would be fun to use these colors with that first paper that's super bright and do those colors like that Berry Burst and Shaded Spruce and Berry Bushel and make it kind of a bright card. Anyway, a cute set. We have Alphabet, Simple Alphabet, and this is the size. And so there's no dies. And I thought it would be really cute, like for, you know, a baby card, ABC, or to add a name on a card if you're doing it and you just want to add the name kind of even wonky, or scrapbooking. It's a good size font to use, but I really like having the numbers. And so if you don't want to use a die for whatever reason, you could use some numbers. So I thought it was a good size to have the stamps. And the last one, and then we'll move to the positioner. So let me just put these stamps back in here real quick so I can not lose anything. I'm going to move this off my desk. But there's one more stamp set to show you. And this one is called Faraway Landscapes. And it's a landscape set, which is really nice. And so I love that it's got the little field right there. And these are really easy. You could do this in like a brown or like a yellow color of wheat, like, or whatever it is, and do this in green, a light green, do the bushes in a dark green, add a little, red on the fence or whatever, and a little red barn, and it would be pretty quick stamping. This is like a beachy scene. There's palm trees back there. So this would be a really cute beach scene. And then this one it has deer. So it looks like there's a creek with water. So that one's a little more nature. So it's really kind of a fun landscape set to do. All right. Who is ready to check out the positioner? Because I have not opened this yet. So we're going to just give it a try. I did bring a stamp set out and I brought some paper out that is a 2-step stamping, so we can kind of play with that. So let's see what we have. So here's our grid paper. Let me see. I keep picking up those other scissors, and I know I need to clean them because they are sticking terrible. Hi, Virginia. How are you? All right, so here's our grid paper. So we've got inches on one side, and then the metric on the other. Let's open this up. So this is called Stampin' Positioner. So I do mass production a lot, so I kind of want to see how this is going to work for mass producing, but also just for quick stamping. I pretty much just stamp and go, but there's times where I'm like, oh, especially like 2-step stamping. So let's take a look. So we have our smaller top plate, our larger plate, 2 magnets. Oh, these are really nice. I was thinking that these were going to be really stiff and harder to pick up, but they're kind of like a thinner, like hard plastic, but easy to pick up. Let's see. Okay, so you want to put it down, not on that side. You want to do it where you see mostly black on the top, because if you look, this is the part that is easier to pick up. This goes flat and it's hard to pick up. This one is kind of up, so you can pick it up. These are, oops. So they do go together, but apparently they will not break because they've got all the plastic on it, and it's usually when people are trying to pull them apart that they don't, okay? So I'm not even reading the directions. We're just going to try it because I haven't read them, and we're just going to figure it out. If we get stuck, we'll read it, because do we all read the directions for this? Probably not. So I'm going to grab a piece of paper, and I did see the video. I will say that. There's a video out there that Stampin' Up! Provided, and I did watch that. So we're going to go with inches. We've got these little pegs right here. Okay, I'm going to bring you guys in now a little bit so that you can kind of see a little bit better. Now, all right. All right, so we're going to put this on our little pegs. All right, easy peasy. Okay, that's easy. All right, so make sure they're all down. Like, it kind of bubbled at first, but once I kind of laid it out, it's fine. So just kind of lay it out, and now it's on there nice. All right. Okay, so there's a couple ways I've seen on this video. So what they like to do is they like to stamp and put your paper in between here. So your paper is going in between these 2 little pegs right here, okay? And then it's going, and you can tell that there is like a triangle right here, okay? Well, let me try something. What's to say? Okay, this is wider, these are not. Okay, so it's definitely going to have to go here if we do it this way. Now, if you want, you can just put it up against this. If you've got your grid paper on, and you can just go right up against that, and let's just see, this is just going to go straight across on that bottom line. The problem is if you slightly move it up or down at all, and you want to do your two step stamping, it's not going to work because you're going to adjust it just far off enough where it's going to be a disaster. So we're going to go ahead and put that right in the middle here. So you have to kind of make sure that you're following that guide and your paper is up in that corner. So let's, I don't know if I want to put that there. Let's put this here. I gotta see what my stamp looks like. What did I do? Okay, I got fragrant layers. So let's go with, I like to do the detailed first. So let's do that first because that's what I would normally do. I'm going to wipe this off because I don't even know. I have a couple of these, so I don't know if this is the one I've used or not. So I'm just going to wipe this off just to make sure I get any residue off of that. And we are going to pull up this detailed one first. Sorry about that. Okay, and so let's do, okay, I'm going to look at this, and this follows down to the side. So I'm going to do it like this then, because this is how it shows. And this is going to be die cut out if I were to do it. It would be die cut out anyway. So if it's going to be die cut out, I would be doing it like this to see if I can fit two on here, or I'm going to save paper. So this is how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to turn this way because I want it to be facing the way I'm going to be knowing that this is the right way for me. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to bring my magnets closer because I want my magnets to hold down the paper close to where my image is. Okay. All right. Yay. All right. So now this has like springy things on it. And I'll tell you, I had a positioner a long time ago, and it was just a cheapie way before any of the big positioners. And it had foam on each corner, and you could put it down, and then the foam lets you make sure you had it, and you could go down and down and down and make sure you were going in the right spot. And I loved it. So I'm going to see, hopefully this is the same. Okay, these right here also push up and down. Okay, wait, let me move that in. This move, okay, I'm going to have to move you out a little bit now because of the way I moved this. Let's see. Just a little bit. All right, sorry about that. Now that I'm at an angle, I want you to see the whole thing. So these kind of push. So these have like a groove right there. And so that is going to go right on top of here and push down when these push down. Okay, so that's how this works. It's not, you're not just pushing on these feet because there's no feet here. These will be pushing down. Okay, so we're going to put those here, and everything is going to be fine. So this one, the small one, same thing. Feet here and feet here, but you have holes right here. And that's what these pegs are for. And we'll talk about those in a minute. So let's go down and pick up our stamp. So we're going to go down and pick up our stamp. Okay. So like I said, this one was wet and I just cleaned it. The problem with your stamp pulling up is because I haven't put ink on it. So and it hasn't been inked for a while. So, all right. So let's just make sure that this is aligned, not on top of my magnet. And that's good. I'm going to move this one closer. Well, this is really easy to just move into place. Okay. Now, what colors am I going to do? Let's see. We're talking flowers. So let's just do, we're just going to go with it pinks because they're right here close together. We're just going to do Berry Burst and Bubble Bath. And I actually don't mind doing the same color twice, but for purposes for you guys to see, we're going to go with these. So we're going to go with the dark first, which is Berry Burst. All right, and we're going to ink up our image. All right, so let's do that. Let's put our things here. What's nice is this is up in the air right now. And so it's not going to touch the paper. So if you get ink on here for whatever reason, it's not going to touch the paper until you push down. Only the stamp is going to touch the paper, because if you think about it, you're not rocking or pushing too hard to get your image to get onto the paper. So that is cool. Now, what I want to try is I'm going to pull this off. And we're going to try as if I were mass producing. This is what I would do. I would bring in another paper. I would put this on. I would put this on. I would kind of know where that is, so we're just going to have to eyeball it and make sure that it's okay. All right, and that is a little too close, so we'll just move that. And we're going to do another one, because what I want to do is bring them back in, put them on, and do the second one. Okay, and that way we know about lining it up again. All right, so here we go again. We're just going to go down. Okay, look at that. All right, lift it up. Ta-da! All right, so now what we're going to do is wipe this one off so we don't get ink all over, and take it off. This is where our second one's going to be handy, because you can have your second top, hopefully, and grab it and put it on and have it ready to go already. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this one and we're going to bring it in and line it up. Okay, so bring it in. I'm going to try not to stick my head in the way, but I want it to line up at least somewhat here. So line this up, get it to be where you want it. There we go. I mean, you could sit here for a while and make it exactly perfect, but I'm just trying to get an idea. All right, close enough, I think. So I think that looks good. Let's pick it up. Now it's going to pick up my paper because, again, it doesn't have ink on it. It's brand new. So let's put this one back in. Now I'm just lining it up. So we'll see how close this goes and how that's going to do. And now we need the other color. So let's bring in our bubble bath. Is it going to be a replacement for the Stamparatus type thing? Yes, Nancy. All right, so I'm going to add my bubble bath. Again, we're just kind of wanting two different colors so we can kind of see. All right, so let's do that. Look at that. Okay, and I pulled that out and I put it back in. Okay, and so and I could add the leaves next and do the leaves. But I want to pull this out, and we're going to try this one. And put this back in. All right, put that back in. Put this back in here. We're going to ink this up again. So you saw how quickly I just put that in there. I didn't sit there and worry. Let's see how it works. All right. Okay, on, stamp on and off. Boom. So that's good. And then you can do the same thing. You can take these leaves and you can put the leaves, lay them on there, and you can just keep going, and that works well. But let's try it this way. So let's just put this on here. And let's just say that we want a small thing to stamp, but we need a lot of them. Let's try this and see if it works. Let me get this off. Did you know you can hold these up and kind of look and see where the stamp went? And it kind of gives you, you can kind of see your guide where that stamp was at. Not always, but a lot of times. Oops. So there we go. All right, so let's just say we're going to do this green stamp right here. This little 3 stamp. Where's that at? This one. All right, so let's put this right on that line, right there. And we're just going to position it. So we're just going to try it with the little one. And then we'll try some words. All right, now we're going to take this guy. The holes are on this side. So, oh, I should have thought about positioning it where that's at. That would make sense. So let's pull it down to this line. One more line. There we go. See if that works. There we go. All right, so we're going to pick up that one. I forgot to put my other magnet on there too. All right, so we're going to put that there. And then I need green. Let's just pull in Granny Apple Green. Now, I'm going to stamp with this side, not this side, because it's so close up there. And I'm actually going to turn this, and I'm going to just do it at an angle. Oh, let's see here. We're going to do it right like this, because I forgot about these. I don't want to get ink on those. So we're just going to stamp it like this. All right. We're going to come back in. Now, I don't know if this is going to work because I'm just thinking if we have a bunch of a little something, it will work. So let's just see if it'll work on the other one. Now that we brought it out. But now I got to remember what line it was on. I think it was on the 4. Oh, I smudged it. Okay, on the 4. All right, so here we go again. Now you could always take stamp to this too, but it just happened to work okay. Let's see if that works. And when I went down, I could see my stamp in the paper. I can see that it covered the whole thing. So I didn't have to push right here and it was fine. All right, so let's turn this over and we're going to try words so I can show you what this does with words. And we'll just pull in the berry burst again. All right, and this one has, let's just do whatever this one is. So happy for you. All right, so let's do it like this. We're going to have it like this. And let's just do it up here on the 7. Let's see. We're going to start it here at the bottom, and then I'll go up. So let's just say that I want to do it all the way going up. We're going to put this like right here. And we'll bring in Berry Burst. I like that it inks up really evenly. It's kind of nice. All right, put that on there and go down. All right, now we're going to ink again. And we're going to go, we were here, now we're going to go to here. And we're going to go like that. One, two, we're going to go back here. What I like is when your magnet's there, it's not a problem because it's that, oops, I didn't go enough. I didn't push enough. There we go. Now what I like about this is, see how there's much room right there? It depends on the size of your stamp, but you could also come back in, adjust your paper to put your image right there and then add another one. So we'll try that and see what it does. Okay, that was here and this one is here. All right, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to move this up. Let's see if we go right here, it needs to come down. So I'm just going to kind of figure out where that would go, right in the middle. Comes down. As long as you have it across the side there, you can kind of adjust it. All right, so let's do a different, oops, a different color. Now that I stuck my finger right in the, let's do our green. All right, so we're going to do green. So just adjust it once you see where your image goes. And we're going to go down here and stamp. And stamp. Ooh, that's fun. I think it's going to be a little bit to get used to. And like where you want to put the stamp on your, you know, how close and where you want to put it to how you're going to stamp it. And if I picking this up, if I picked it up, it would be a lot easier because I can just stamp and not worry about getting my feet in there and getting them inky, right? So I'm going to now move these up. But look how cute that is for a background. And again, so you get the idea. So look how cute that is with two colors. And you can just add that on there. Let's see. Yeah, Nancy, I think had I picked it up and did it, it would have been a lot easier. But I was trying to try, because I saw them doing it this way where they're inking like this, but I think theirs was more in the middle. I think it's when it's that close to the edge, your image, you're going to want to take the ink to the stamp instead, because that was a lot easier. All right, so yeah, I think it's just a matter of getting used to it. I do like how it aligned everything, and that was really easy to do. I think if I was doing mass production, if it was like this and I was doing two-step stamping, I would definitely use this, because I could just stamp the one and toss it and come right back and put it in, set up the second stamp, and then go for it. You've got that line as long as your paper is in that line. So when you put it in there, you want to make sure that it's turned right in that corner, and it works out great. I like this. It's just a matter of getting used to, you know, how far down and up to do it, and then where your stamp is at. Maybe even you bring it over just a little more instead of so close to the edge. That works great too. And it just depends. And then of course, bringing your ink pad to this was a lot easier than trying to do this on the ink pad. So, but like you said, if you're using your spots, that would be a little easier too. So it's just a matter of getting used to a new tool, but I like it. I do like the two-tone thing for sure. And for me to do just individual stamping, if I was doing one stamped image, then I wouldn't worry about using any type of a positioner tool anyway. But the two-tone makes it really nice to be able to layer those up a little faster, because you can two-tone, but then you're like standing over it and making sure, you know, where is that and everything. And I do like that this, you can definitely do it a little quicker and be a little more consistent. So that's nice. But anyway, so that is all of our new goodies. The positioner, I'm going to have to get used to. I have to say, I do love the magnets. I do love a large plate anyway. When I use larger stamps, I put it on and I, you know, position it and do it instead of the blocks that you have to hold that are like that E block. I think it hurts my hand because my hand, I have a bad hand. So that is kind of what I recommend. And then I want to see how I'm going to store this. Well, let me look here because I have an idea. Okay, so to store this, this is what I would do, because you've got your little plate. Here, let me switch this back over real quick. So you have your little plate here. What I did is I turned it upside down because you've got your feet on there, okay? I turned it upside down, and I'm just going to put it, you know, like right here with my magnets here in the middle. And then I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to, you could either do it like this, which it's hooked in right back here. Let me hook this one in correctly. And it looks like it's hooked here, but not here because of the feet. And so I'm wondering if we just turn it and leave it in here, but not, yeah, it's the same idea that it doesn't really, I want this hooked because I don't want to lose my little part. So I'm not quite sure about the storing. Let me see if I move this all the way down. If I move this down to the bottom, yeah, then this hooks really well up here. So you can grab it and put it somewhere and you still have your little one hooked to it. Otherwise, it will not, and see it just hooks, but your big plate will not be hooked down here, but your rubber feet is kind of holds it in spot. It's like it's not going to let it just go anywhere. So that would be my best guess unless we come up with a different idea. Let's see what this does. If we put this, oh yeah, no, because this is, if we put this up, it's gonna keep it up, so that won't work. So yeah, this is my best thought, is put this down here and put this up here. Your rubber feet is holding this part and this is holding this up here. So this way. Yeah. So anyway, that would be my best guess to store this so you can keep that piece there inside. So I hope that's helpful. We'll keep trying it and keep giving our position a try and see what might work for you. I do like a lot of things about it. Some of the things are going to be a little bit of a trial and error. But I have to say, taking your stamp set your ink to your stamp is a lot easier, a lot faster. And so I think that is definitely the way to do it. So that being said, if I was doing a lot of inking, I would probably have my stamp like this, and I would be inking, and then instead of putting it down and picking it up, I would probably have a silicone mat, something that's not going to absorb my ink. You could tell I just inked it. And I would just set this on my silicone mat and then pick it up, as long as you're using the one color, and then stamp, so that I could just pick it up and set it down instead of, having to lift it up every time or closing it. But that's if I'm doing a lot of mass production stamping. So that's probably how I would handle that. But we'll see. We'll keep trying it. I hope you guys like the products. If you have any questions about anything, let me know. Leave a comment after the video below and let me know what suite or bundle or item you would like to see in next month's bingo, because I have a couple things already created, but I still have room that I'm going to be using some new products. So let me know, and then let me know what you want to see on an upcoming video. For sure, I will be back on Monday with your last Cute as a Bug bonus project. Okay, so we'll do that on Monday. We'll see you then, and then next Friday, new projects. New product, new projects. We'll try something new. All right, everybody. Thank you. See you soon.